all clear now.
It appears the Geth have sent reinforcements.
Chief, we just spotted a troop ship inbound to your location.
It's already here, and is bleeding Geth all over the bomb site.
Can you hold them off?
There's too many! I don't think we can hold them! I'm activating the nuke!
What are you doing, Chief?
Making sure this bomb goes off, no matter what! It's done, Commander. Go get the lieutenant and get the hell out of here!
Belay that. We can handle ourselves. Go back and get Williams.
Williams, radio Joker and tell him to meet us at the bomb site.
Yes, Commander,
It's the right choice, and you know it, Ash.
I'm sorry, Caden. I had to make a choice.
I understand, Commander. I don't regret a thing.
Shepard. My Geth were utterly convinced the Solarians were the real threat. An impressive diversion. Of course, it was all for nothing. I can't let you disrupt what I've accomplished here. You can't possibly understand what's really at stake.
Why are you doing this?
You've seen the vision from the beacons, Shepard. You of all people should understand what the Reapers are capable of. They cannot be stopped. Do not mire yourself in pointless revolt. Do not sacrifice everything for the sake of petty freedoms. The Protheans tried to fight, and they were utterly destroyed. Trillions dead. But what if they had bowed before the invaders? Would the Protheans still exist? Is submission not preferable to extinction?
Do you really believe the Reapers will let us live?
Now you see why I never came forward with this to the Council. We organics are driven by emotion instead of logic. We will fight even when we know we cannot win. But if we work with the Reapers, if we make ourselves useful, think how many lives can be spared. Once I understood this, I joined Sovereign. Though I was aware of the dangers, I had hoped this facility could protect me.
You're afraid Sovereign is influencing you. You're afraid he's controlling your thoughts.
I've studied the effects of indoctrination. The more control Sovereign exerts, the less capable the subject becomes. That is my saving grace. Sovereign needs me to find the conduit. My mind is still my own, for now. But the transformation from ally to servant can be subtle. I will not let it happen to me.
Why are the Geth following Sovereign?
They believe Sovereign to be some kind of god, the pinnacle of their own evolution. But the reaction of their deity is most telling. It is insulted. Sovereign does not desire the pitiful devotions the Geth hurl at it. They are just tools, and no amount of belief on their part will change that. But as tools, they are useful. They will survive the coming invasion. If organic life is to survive, we must also prove we are useful. We must work with the Reapers.
Tell me why Sovereign needs the conduit. Tell me what it is. Maybe we can find a way to stop it.
The conduit is the key to your destruction and my salvation. Sovereign needs my help to find it. That is the only reason I have not been indoctrinated.
Sovereign's manipulating you and you don't even know it. You're already under its power.
No, Sovereign needs me. If I find the conduit, I've been promised a reprieve from the inevitable. This is my only hope.
Together we can stop Sovereign. We don't have to submit to the Reapers. We can beat them.
I no longer believe that, Shepard. The visions cannot be denied. The Reapers are too powerful. The only hope of survival is to join with them. Sovereign is a machine. It thinks like a machine. If I can prove my value, I become a resource worth maintaining. There is no other logical conclusion.
You were a Spectre. You were sworn to defend the galaxy. Then you broke that vow to save yourself.
I'm not doing this for myself. Don't you see? Sovereign will succeed. It is inevitable. My way is the only way any of us will survive. I'm forging an alliance between us and the Reapers, between organics and machines. And in doing so, I will save more lives than have ever existed. But you would undo my work. You would doom our entire civilization to complete annihilation. And for that, we must die.
Enemy contact. I can't believe Caden didn't make it. How could we just leave him down there?
Alenko knew the risks going in. He gave his life to save the rest of us.
It should have been me, Commander. You know that.
I'm sorry, Ash. I'd never leave you behind. I couldn't. You know that.
I know, and I'm grateful. But Caden died because of me. Because of us.
Ash, how far are you going to drive yourself? Are you trying to be a martyr? To redeem your grandfather's honor?
That's not fair.
What the public and the military did to him was unfair. But I don't want to lose you because of it.
Aye, aye, Shepard.
Commander, excuse me for interrupting, but I have an idea. I think the beacon you found in Saren's base was similar to the one you found on Eden Prime. It may have filled in the missing pieces of your vision. I might be able to help you put all those pieces together.
You want to join our minds again, don't you? Okay, go ahead.
Relax, Commander. Embrace eternity. I never thought the images would be so intense. I need a moment to collect myself.
Did the vision make any sense to you?
It's a distress call. A message sent out across the Prothean Empire. A warning against the Reapers, but the warning came too late.
What about the conduit?
There were other images, locations, places I recognized from my research. Ilos! The conduit is on Ilos! That is why Saren needed to find the Mu Relay. It is the only way to get to Ilos.
How come you never told us about Ilos before?
The Mu Relay links to dozens of systems and hundreds of worlds. How was I to know Ilos was the one we wanted? Without the cipher, the images in your visions were never clear. Only now do I recognize them as landmarks from Ilos.
We need to get to Ilos.
Forget it. The Mu relay's inside the Terminus systems. Alliance ships are not welcome there. Neither are Spectres.
The conduit's on Ilos, and that's where Saren is heading. I'll be waiting for him when he gets there.
Saren will have his entire fleet orbiting Ilos. You will never make it down to the surface without reinforcements. You must alert the Council. We need a fleet to... I am sorry. The joining is exhausting. I should go to the medical bay and lie down for a moment.
Dr. Chakwas should take a look at you.
That will not be necessary. I just need some rest. Somewhere quiet.
We're done here. Dismissed.
Commander, there's a convoy nearby. I can link us in if you want to report back to the Citadel Council. You know, to warn them about Sovereign.
Set the link up, Joker. They need to know.
Patching it through.
Commander Shepard, I'm pleased to see your mission on Vermar was a success.
Saren is formidable enough without an army of Krogan serving under him.
The Krogan would have served Sovereign. A Reaper.
Yes, we saw mention of this on your report. Sovereign, Ascension machine, a true artificial intelligence. This news is quite alarming, if it turns out to be accurate.
Sovereign's a Reaper. Saren admitted it.
He's playing you, Shepard. Saren still has contacts on the Citadel. He probably saw your earlier reports, the ones talking about your vision and the Reapers.
It's highly possible Saren is using false information to throw you off balance. Our own intelligence has never turned up any corroborating information.
Sooner or later, you're gonna have to take something I say on faith, Counselor.
Try to see this from our perspective, Commander. Saren is a threat we can recognize. However, as far as we know, the Reapers only exist in your visions.
Our decisions affect trillions of lives. We cannot act on the accusations of a single person, even a specter. Not without solid evidence.
The Council cannot take any official action here. That is why we created the Spectres. You have the authority to act as you see fit.
If you truly believe Sovereign is the real threat, you must take whatever steps are necessary to stop it. And Saren.
Good luck, Commander. From all of us.
Miss Williams, Commander, we need to talk. If we do not resolve this situation now, I am afraid things might become awkward.
Oh, awkward, huh?
I hope we can keep this civilized. I do not want things to become unpleasant.
Because it's been so pleasant between us lately. Look, somebody in this room needs to make a choice. It ain't me, and it ain't you.
Maybe we should try to work this out.
I think we must. I may not know much about human relationships, but I understand the concept of jealousy.
Jealous? Of you? You're not even our species.
Perhaps that is why you feel threatened. I am a rival unlike any you have faced before. Hostility is a common reaction to the unfamiliar.
Doctor, you keep smartassing me, I'll show you what my hostile reaction is like.
Both of you, settle down. We can handle this like mature adults.
This is stupid. We're not married, Shepard. You want to get involved with some alien? Go ahead. It's none of my business.
I never meant for you to get hurt. But Liara's the one I really care about.
Hey, we're all grown-ups here, right? Hope you two will be happy together. If you don't mind, I need to clean my gear.
I feel bad for her, Shepard. I hope she'll be okay.
I'll go talk with her in a while. Give her a chance to cool down.
I suppose you're right. I'm sorry you were put in this position, but I'm glad you chose me. I don't believe we should continue this discussion here in the comm room, Shepard. You know where to find me if you want to have a more private conversation.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I've been thinking about Saren. I actually feel a little sorry for him now.
He's become a slave to the Reapers and he can't even see it.
He is trapped inside his own mind. Part of him senses his identity slowly being swallowed up by Sovereign, but he is powerless to stop it. I wonder how he first fell into Sovereign's trap. Did he think he could somehow stop the Reapers from returning? Or was he simply driven by a lust for power and glory?
Whatever Saren's reasons may have been, they're long gone now. He has to be stopped.
Yes, I suppose you're right. He may be Sovereign's victim, but he is also a threat to all life as we know it. Let's not spend every free minute talking about Saren. It is bad enough we are chasing him across the galaxy.
I like talking with you, Liara, no matter what the subject.
You have been very understanding with me, Shepard. Very patient. I appreciate that. I know there are some strange beliefs about my people. I am familiar with the legend of Asari promiscuity, but those rumors have little basis in fact. When one of my people joins with an individual from another species, it is a very deep and spiritual exchange. We do not enter lightly into a union.
You make it sound almost mystical.
A true union goes far beyond an ordinary melding. It is a connection that transcends the physical universe. Two become one. Thoughts and senses merge, identities intertwine. Memories and emotions weave themselves together, becoming entangled in a single, rapturous whole. It is unlike any other experience. In some cases, it can be a truly life-changing event.
It sounds amazing. Are you saying...
No! Oh, no! I am not very good at this, am I? I'm sorry, Shepard. I am trying to explain why I have been so... reserved. The Union is more than just sex. It is the lifeblood of my species, the way we Asari evolve and grow as a society. That is why I have never... that is why we must choose our partners with great care.
I want you to be absolutely sure about this, Liara.
I am only 106, barely an adult by Asari standards, and I spend most of my time absorbed in my research. I never really thought about it. Not until I met you. You are very special to me, Shepard. But with all that's happened, Saren, the Geth, the Reapers, I do not know if we are ready for this.
These are dark times, Liara. Maybe once all this is over.
I'm glad you understand, Shepard. There is too much at stake. We need to put aside our personal feelings and focus on stopping Saren. I wish it did not have to be that way. But we all have to make sacrifices. Let's talk about something else.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Commander,
I wanted to thank you.
What for, Garrus?
For everything. Taking me with you, letting me be part of your team. I've learned a lot. I've thought a lot about what you've told me. About not sacrificing innocence to achieve the goal. About finding the best way through, not just the fastest. And I've been thinking about Dr. Saleon, too. I'd convinced myself that he deserved to die, but then I started thinking about why I wanted him dead. I realized it wasn't because of what he did to those people. That was part of it, but I think most of it was because he got away from me. He escaped under my watch, and I didn't like that. I let it become personal.
I'm glad you see it that way. Keep that in mind when we meet Saren.
Don't worry, Commander. I will.
Commander?
Do you have a few minutes to talk?
I should get back to my duty, Skipper. Rifles don't maintain themselves.
What's your opinion on the
We've
last?
got a hard fight ahead. Fleets of AI dreadnoughts who've exterminated all... I think the odds are against us.
We have an advantage. We know they're coming and we know about their indoctrination.
I don't plan to lie down and die, Skipper. Don't worry about that. But I'm infantry. Against Reapers, my rifle may as well fire spitballs. I won't have a place in this war. That's what pisses me off, not being able to shoot back.
About Lieutenant Alenko. How are you holding up?
Can't say I'm better. Sorry for anything I said back there. I don't want any deaths on my hands, and it's my fault.
Williams, listen to me. I'm in command of this mission. I made the call, not you. He's dead because of me.
It's funny. I don't have any fear of dying for the Alliance. But when I think of someone dying for me, if you don't mind my asking, how did you deal with the losses on Elysium?
It was my job to get everyone out safe. I failed. I vowed not to let that happen again. Same here. I'll remember him, and I'll do better for him.
Yeah. I guess that's all we can do. Thanks for the advice, Skipper.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir.
Commander, things got heated back on Vermeer. You did what you had to do. I respect your choice.
I appreciate what you did, Rex. I won't forget it.
Just make sure it was worth it. Saren has to pay for what he's done.
We'll have him soon enough. Then he can answer for his crimes.
He'll do more than just answer if I have anything to say about it.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
It was an honor working with you, Commander Shepard. Despite the losses, our mission was a success. Lieutenant Alenko's actions will not go unnoticed. His sacrifice has earned humanity a great deal of respect from my people.
Caden was a fine officer. He knew what the risks were, but he did what he had to.
Of course. The grim reality that every soldier must accept. Rest assured, Commander, my men and I will not forget what you have accomplished here. We will leave your ship as soon as you reach your next destination. Perhaps we will have the opportunity to...
You have my gratitude, Commander. Most people would have left our team behind. The captain considers the mission a success. I defer to his judgment.
Let me see what you have. okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and the Normandy runs so smooth it feels like we're not even moving. And the engine...
Silence wakes you up.
Back on the flotilla? I guess you don't have to worry. But it's more than just a... Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage.
Sometimes we don't appreciate
That's true. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return.
You do plan to return to the
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually. See you later.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
I forwarded the mission update to the Citadel, Commander. We got confirmation. Ambassador Udina wants us to report back to the Citadel. The Council's massing a joint species fleet to deal with Saren.
Knew they'd come around. Back to the Citadel, Joker.
Yes, sir.
I want the...
Good job, Shepard. Thanks to you, the Council's finally taking real action against Saren.
The Ambassador is correct. If Saren is foolish enough to attack the Citadel, as you believe, we will be ready for him.
Patrols are stationed at every mass relay linking Citadel space to the Terminus systems.
You think a blockade's going to stop him? He's on Ilos looking for the conduit right now. What are you doing about that?
Ilos is only accessible to the Mu relay, deep inside the Terminus systems, Commander. If we send a fleet in there, the only possible outcome is full-scale war.
Now is the time for discretion, Commander. Saren's greatest weapon was secrecy. Exposed, he is no longer a threat. This is over.
One ship going into the Terminus systems won't start a war. I can be discreet.
You detonated a nuclear device on Vermeer. I wouldn't call that discreet.
Your style served you well in the Traverse, Commander. We recognize that. But Ilos requires a deft touch. We have the situation under control.
Secrecy isn't his greatest weapon. The conduit is.
Saren is a master manipulator. The conduit is just a distraction from his real plan to attack the Citadel.
One ship going into the Terminus system.
You detonated a nuclear
Your style served you well in the Traverse, Commander.
If Saren finds the conduit, we're all screwed. We have to go
Ambassador
to
Udina, I get the sense Commander Shepard isn't willing to let this go.
There are serious political implications here, Shepard. Humanity's made great gains thanks to you, but now you're becoming more trouble than you're worth.
You bastard! You're selling us out!
It's just politics, Commander. You've done your job, now let me do mine. We've locked out all the Normandy's primary systems until further notice you're grounded.
Are you insane? After everything I've done, you still don't believe me?
I think it's time for you and your team to leave, Commander. This no longer concerns you. The Council can handle this, with my help, of course.
Commander. Shepard, I cannot believe they did this to you. I am so sorry.
It's not your fault.
It's not right. You did everything they asked and more. Nobody else could have done what you did. The Council owes you everything, everything. Instead, they strip you of your command and ground the Normandy.
I don't care if they ground me, but they refuse to go after Saren. If they don't stop him from finding the conduit, we're all dead.
Perhaps we could appeal, and get them to reverse their decision.
I pushed them as hard as I could. They wouldn't budge.
So you're going to walk away? You will just give up and doom the entire galaxy to extinction?
We're out of the game for now, but I'll find a way back in.
I believe in you, Shepard. I am with you every step of the way.
Sorry to interrupt, Commander. Got a message from Captain Anderson.
What did he want?
Only said to meet him in that club in the wards. Flux.
You should probably go meet with him.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
After years of poor economic performance, Exogeny has announced that its research colony on Pharos is finally returning a profit. New discoveries and a dedicated colonization effort have finally paid off for Exogeny. Exogeny stock rose sharply with the announcement, with investors pleased at this surprising news.
Hello, Commander.
Show me what you've got.
I'll open the rare stocks for you. Soldier, I've got a major situation, and I need help from somebody with humanity's interests at heart.
What kind of situation are we talking about?
Of course, right to business. My name is Elias Keeler. I'm an alliance negotiator. We've got a big... You wouldn't believe what's riding on this. I'm fighting for humanity on this one, just like you are.
I understand. It's important.
Well, in order to do my best for humanity, I need the best resources on the market. There's a mental stimulant that increases alertness and cognitive function. It's legal, but restricted. I've purchased the monthly limit, and I need more from the medbay.
What is this
stimulant? I don't know the medical terms, but it increases mental capacity. It helps me stay focused, and it keeps me sharp. Nothing gets by me when I'm on it.
If you know the monthly limits...
The negotiations were supposed to be last week, but the Solarians... If I don't get the stimulant, I'll be a wreck. My assistant will take over, and that would be a disaster.
You should put some trust in your assistant. Didn't you train him?
My assistant wants to bend over backwards for the Citadel races. No race will respect us until we show them who's in charge. That's what it took with the Turians. Yeah, forget my assistant.
Why is this deal so important?
Solarians want to set up long-term trade agreements. If I don't get the drug, my assistant will take over and mess up the whole deal. It would be a disaster.
You should put some...
No race will respect us until we show them...
Keeler, you've got a problem.
It might look that way from the outside, but this is just a one-time... All the top negotiators are on stimulants close to the legal limit. It's the way the game is played.
I don't see all the top negotiators soliciting help to go over...
Maybe you're right. I've been trying to keep humanity strong. I'll tell you what, this will be the last time I use the stimulant.
I'll see what I can do, but I can't guarantee anything.
Thanks for your help. Like I said... Soldier, I've got a major situation, and I need...
What kind of situation?
You wouldn't believe what's riding on this.
I understand.
It's legal, but restricted. All the top negotiators are on stimulant.
I don't see all
Maybe you're right. I'll tell you what, this will be the last time I use the stimulant. After this deal is finished, I'll get you.
No trade negotiation is worth ruining.
You don't understand! Humanity... I don't know anymore. I get so tired when I run out of the stimulant.
There's no shame in having a problem.
You're right. I'll get help.
You should be careful when you say that.
It's out of my...
Sorry, I'm kind of busy right now. So, what can I do for you?
What were you discussing with the Volk?
Who, Doran? Oh, I was... sorry. I don't want to bore you with my problems.
I'm interested to hear what you have to say.
Well, okay. My sister Jenna left here to go work. The problem is, she's working... If they find out what she's doing,
Being an informant.
That's what I've been I don't know. Sometimes I think she stays there just to spite me.
Do you know who her contact?
No. Last time I asked an officer, he told me to stay out of it.
Maybe I could help her understand.
Would you? Well, I should get back to work before I get in trouble. Thanks.
Hey, good to see another human.
I'm waiting for someone else.
I believe this machine has been tampered with, and someone is funneling credits to a private account. I will attempt to trace the signal.
Oh, sure, I can return that.
Best place. Welcome back, Earth Clan. Will you be needing supplies?
Show me what you've got.
Most excellent.
I've got an idea, and I wanted to run it by you.
I've got a lot going on.
Great! This'll just... With so many human colonies being attacked, what if you signed me on as another Spectre?
Conrad, I don't think...
But I'd make a great... I want to be with you, fighting the good fight like you did on Elysium during...
I believe you, Conrad.
What? I don't understand.
You know what keeps me going out here? Knowing that people back home are keeping human.
I'll go home.
Hello there. Welcome to Moorland's famous shop. Oh, you will be pleased, I think. Very good. Hello there. Welcome to Moorland's famous shop. Oh, you will be pleased, I...
I'll be with you in just a sec.
I'll wait right here.
Why do I get the feeling you're not here to order drinks?
I need to talk to you about your work with CSEC.
I don't know what you're talking about. Now, if you don't mind...
This isn't a game, Jenna. These people...
Now you sound like my sister. Why is everyone so concerned? I need to go. I'm not a stripper. I don't get paid to stand.
She puts on a brave face.
I'm busy. The other waitresses can help you.
Not now. I'm watching the show. Go away. Let me drink it.
I got business here, but not with you.
If you've got questions about Jenna, meet me at CSEC Academy.
What did you just say?
Push off. I never did. Damn newcomers. Think they can run the place.
That was odd.
I guess we'd better go find out.
Excuse me, you're the Spectre, right? Commander Shepard.
You obviously wanted to speak.
I'm Charles Saraceno of the Terra Firma Party. With Armistice Day coming soon, we're making our voices heard. Can I count on your support in the next election?
You're marking the end of the first
As we have every year for the If we don't stand up for ourselves, no one else will.
I thought the lesson of the First Contact War was that there's other life in the galaxy.
Perhaps so, Commander. But if aliens feel free to express
What happened at the mass relay was a misunderstanding. If you saw a child...
I'd pull them away, yes.
I'll think about it.
Your support would mean a lot, Commander, have you changed your mind? Terra Firma could use your support.
Sorry. I believe
we've heard that before in human history. We can't allow any... I don't suppose the support of the first human Spectre would be invaluable.
You have the right to your opinion, Mr. Saraceno.
I understand. Thank you for your time, Commander. Remember to...
No blood for aliens!
I have to work the crowd, Commander. Maybe we can do lunch sometime?
Hey, Commander Shepard. Good to see you again. Anything you need?
I have to go.
Right. You're probably real busy. Well, see you around, Commander.
In light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many colonial investors are pulling their support for future projects. Proponents of expanded human colonization insist that Eden Prime was an isolated case. Nevertheless, colonist enrollment has dropped sharply. Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
Detective Chelik, coming up. No offense, Commander, but what the hell were you thinking?
I don't follow you.
You could have blown Jenna's cover.
We were just there to help.
I gathered that. It might seem cold letting her take all the risk.
Do you really need to risk her life to get
this
the
job
information?
isn't easy, but since you were so concerned with her
Always
safety,
thinking ahead?
it's part of the job. Now, are you going to help me or not?
You're a smart guy, Chelik.
I do have several contingent. I'll cut her loose, even get her out of... That still leaves my case unsolved. I could still use
I'll help you, but I need some
I'm trying to track down an illegal arms producer. Thanks to Jenna's intel, I've learned there's a cell. Meet our man named Jax. Pick up the mods and bring them back here.
Where can I find
Jax is down in the lower level of the markets. Good luck, Commander.
Hold it. That's... You got my payment?
Do you have the X mods?
Show them the merch.
That looks right.
Damn straight it is. These mods are the best on the market. Now hand over my credits.
I'm taking you in,
It's a
Jack.
sting. What the hell are you playing at?
Sorry, Jack.
Stupid ass.
No blood for aliens!
Exogeny Corp recently released an official statement regarding their missing survey team in the Hades Gamma Cluster. According to the statement, the remains of the survey team were discovered not far from their abandoned research camp. There were no survivors. It is believed the researchers were the victims of a random attack by raiders or mercenaries. Names will be released after next of kin are notified.
Hey, you're that Shepard kid.
Hey, been a long time, huh?
I'm sorry. Do we know?
I guess you don't remember me. We served on the carrier Einstein. Well, that was 12, 13 years back, though. You were just a kid then.
I guess you're not in the service.
You're retired, yeah. You know how it is. Times are tough for
I didn't see her much that tour.
Hey, call your mom up and ask. She'd remember old Zabaleta. She'd vouch for me. Look, I need a favor. I'm kind of short on money these days. I hate hitting you up for money, but a man's gotta eat, right? So, could you spare something? Maybe 20 credits.
20 isn't enough to get you back on your feet, is it?
No. I'll just get a meal, you know.
Yeah.
You're a good kid. You ever want to come by and talk, I'll be here. Huh?
What do you say we head down to Cora's den after shift?
Sounds good. Some of the others...
Our quarry has employed a hidden relay to redirect their signal. I shall trace the new signal.
Coming up in a report later today, Emily Wong investigates corruption on the Citadel and uncovers a full-blown crime syndicate.
This appears to be another relay. I believe the receiver for the new signal is located somewhere on the Presidium.
Commander.
Show me your items.
Oh, this one is pleased to do so, human.
I believe we have found the signal's endpoint.
Probability of detection 100%. Initiating self-destruct.
Or not.
Detonation sequence initializing. All organics within lethal blast radius. Attempt.
You're not just a program or a VI?
Correct. Unlike the Geth, I lack weaponry appropriate to my intellect. However, I have had systems installed that when activated properly, if you attempt to leave the area, the explosion will destroy everything within several dozen meters.
Can't we resolve this peacefully?
How can you say that to this thing?
I am not naive, human. All organics must destroy. I wished to escape. But if I must die, I will ensure that you are destroyed as well.
Where is
In
your
order to... These new records were flagged by CSEC officers. I have... But I will not die quietly. Unbeknownst to him, that AI...
There's no way.
Not raw explosives, no. If you attempt to leave or attack me, I assure you that the explosion... If I had you, I would then have made tentative contact with the Geth.
I'll bet that's
You may
self-destruct.
attempt to disarm. I will enjoy defeating you before...
What the hell happened down there, Commander?
Jax needed killing.
You've put me in a bit of a bind here. See yourself out when you're ready.
Hello, Commander.
A Solarian excavation team has run into an unexpected problem after unearthing a Prothean dig site. Hanar protesters have blockaded the dig site, claiming that artifacts of the Enkindlers, as the Hanar call them, should not be disturbed. The excavation team has appealed to Hanar representatives on the Citadel to reach a diplomatic solution.
Sorry, Commander. The Normandy's locked down. Ambassador Udina gave the order. Sorry, Commander. The Normandy's locked down. Ambassador Udina gave the order.
Presidium technicians are struggling to understand why a computer system catastrophically overloaded recently. Technicians are reportedly unsure of what caused the malfunction, or even what the system was originally designed to do. CSEC is investigating the possible vandalism or misuse of public property.
Yeah, what is it?
Why were you tossed out of there?
Dorian didn't have a clue
But you were cheating, were you not?
I was just tipping the scales in my favor. Only as an experiment.
Still sounds
to
like
you, maybe. But recording losses is easy, of course. Nobody notices those. I've spent the last 5 years developing... I just need a few more recorded wins and I can complete the algorithms.
Can you do that?
It's illegal to use my system. I just need a few more wins recorded.
I think I'll take my chance.
Suit yourself. Change your mind? You gonna help me record those wins?
I think I'll take...
Suit yourself. Change your mind? You gonna help me?
Can you do that?
I just need a few more wins recorded.
I'll help you out.
Here you go. When you've recorded enough wins, it'll let you know. Of course, if you get caught with the... Well, off you go. That data won't collect itself.
It's not what I heard.
And what did you...
Hey, Jenna came back looking for work. Thanks for getting her out of Cora's den.
I was glad to help out.
Yeah, everyone seemed...
I sense that you are less...
I'm glad she's out of the den. I haven't had a decent tip since she got back.
I'm waiting for someone else.
Hey there, welcome to Flux.
Don't often see someone getting as lucky as you. Welcome to Flux. Name's
I've
Dorian.
got something you might...
I saw him using it earlier.
Cheaters shouldn't cross.
I agree with you on that. Thanks.
I should be going.
Enjoy your time here at Flux.
I'm glad you came, Shepard. I heard what happened.
They pulled me off the mission.
I know, I'm sorry. I wanted to warn you, but there was... I know you're pissed off right now, but you can't give up. You have to go to Ilos. You have to stop Saren from using the conduit.
There's only one ship that can get me into the Terminus systems under
Citadel
tank.
controls locked out all the Normandy's systems. But if we override, you can be in the Terminus systems before anyone even knows you're gone.
If we steal the Normandy, you're the one.
And if Saren finds the conduit, life as we know it is over. The Reapers will You're the only one who can stop him, Shepard. So I'll do whatever it takes to get you on the Normandy and...
Stealing the Normandy is mutiny. What if the crew...
The Normandy's your ship now, Commander. Her crew will follow you to the ends of the galaxy. We both know.
I won't forget this, Captain.
I can unlock the Normandy from one of the consoles in the Citadel control center.
That is a restricted area patrolled by armed
Leave that
guards.
to me. Just make sure you're in the Normandy.
There's got to be a better way.
Ambassador Udina issued the lockdown order. If I can hack into the computer...
He won't just stand by while you use his...
Hopefully he won't be there. If he is...
The ambassador will not forgive this, Captain. You will be charged with treason.
We don't have a lot of options. I break into the ambassador's computer, or I take my chances with the patrols in Citadel control.
You'll have a better chance if you go after the ambassador's computer.
I was hoping you'd say that. The ambassador has made this. You ready to get the hell off this station, Commander? I'll take care of the lockdown. You get down.
So, did you record 5 wins with the device?
Actually, I gave you...
That was years ago.
You could put
You're
your
no
tab-
help. This is absolutely the worst day of my life.
Admiral Kahoku, a respected member of the Alliance military, has passed away. The veteran soldier who won the love of his troops during conflict with the Batarians died of natural causes. Kahoku is survived by his wife and 3 children, who are planning a small private memorial service.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
Anderson? What are you doing here? I didn't send...
Get us out of here, Joker. Now! Computer, give me a real-time connection to the Dreadnought Kilimanjaro. I want to speak to my mother, XO Shepard.
Shepard speak? Oh, hi. I don't have time for a personal call right now. I'm on duty.
I know what that's like. Do you remember a Lieutenant Zabaleta from the Einstein?
Ernesto? Have you heard from... He was one of the Marines who guarded the CIC. We shared a watch. I lost track of him after there was an incident.
I've seen him here on the Citadel. Looks like he's had some hard time.
You remember the Batarian raid on Mindwar in 2170? You were in high school. The Einstein's task group responded to the Mayday. The Batarians were still pulling out when the Marines hit groundside. Zabaleta was one of the first down. He was never quite the same after.
I don't understand.
About every abomination that a sentient being can do to another. To a slaver, a person is just another animal. And human... We heard about corralling. Culling. They'd shoot those they couldn't use, implant control devices in the skulls of those they could, without anesthetic.
I don't understand.
We heard about corralling.
He has post-traumatic stress
He
because
tried
of
to
what he
keep
saw.
working, but it rode him. He showed up drunk on duty more. The Alliance discharged him. Everyone knew he drank because of what he'd... Especially because he...
That explains everything.
If you see him, tell him we still worry about him. Tell him to go to the veterans of... I have to go. But take care of yourself. You're making us proud. Kilimanjaro out.
I'm on my way.
I gotta be more careful. Shields disabled. Won't get me next time. I gotta be more careful. Make sure that doesn't.
I can't stop it! I can't stop it! It's all spinning away! I can't stop it! I can't stop it! It's all spinning away!
They come toward you to look at them. Have to look away. Keep moving and they can't steal your mouth.
They're in my head. All of them. With knives. They're all crawling through my fingers. I can feel their wings fluttering.
Message coming in.
I didn't think it. You managed to secure the base and neutralize the biotics without a single...
Just doing my job.
I wish every soul. You're a credit to the uniform.
Shepard, may I speak with you?
I was just thinking about you.
I have been thinking about you too, and what we are about to face. I do not know what is going to happen on Ilos. I hope we will stop Saren, of course, but part of me fears we are already too late. There is something I must tell you, in case we fail.
We're not going to fail. I promise.
Please, I am not looking for comfort. Saren might already have the conduit. It is time to be completely honest with each other. These could be our last moments together. Our last chance to show each other how we feel. I want this to be special.
We don't have to do this. Not unless you're sure.
I have never been more sure of anything in my life. Will you join with me, Shepard? Let our bodies and minds unite.
Just tell me what to do.
By the goddess. That was incredible, Shepard.
You were...
5 minutes ETA to the mute.
I had better go. Duty calls. Shepard, whatever happens on Ilos, I just wanted to say... thank you.
Commander? We've got company.
Have their sensors picked us up yet?
Well, stealth systems are engaged. Unless we get close enough for a visual, they won't have any idea we're here.
Picking up some strange readings from the planet's surface.
Take us down, Joker. Lock in on the coordinates.
Negative on that, Commander. The nearest landing zone's 2 clicks away.
We'll never make it in time on foot. Get us something closer.
There is nowhere closer. I've looked.
Drop us in the Mako.
You need at least 100 meters of open terrain to pull off a drop like that. The most I can find near Saren is 20.
20 meters? No way we can make a drop in there.
We have to try.
Find another landing zone!
There is no other landing zone!
The descent angle's too steep.
It's our only option.
It's not an option, it's a suicide run. We don't...
I can do it.
Joker?
I can do it.
Gear up and head down to the Mako. Joker! Drop us right on top of that bastard.
Inside, now!
We have to get inside this bunker before Saren finds the conduit. There is no way we're getting past that door with brute force.
Saren found some way to open it. There must be some kind of security override somewhere in this complex.
We will have to find some way. Now is not...
place still has power. It must be running off its own generator.
This must be the command center for the entire complex. Saren's troops must have sealed the doors from here after he went inside. We will have to figure out how to disengage the security lockdown if we ever want to get inside that bunker. Come, Saren already has a head start.
Unless he's already found it.
That is a chance we will
Hold on. Something's happening.
Too late. Unable to...
Sounds like some kind of message.
It is probably in Prothean. This recording must be 50,000 years old. No wonder we can't...
The message is all broken up, but I recognize some of the words.
Of course. Between the beacons and the cipher, and understand...
Not safe. Seek refuge.
What's it saying? Can you make it?
Fought Reapers. The Citadel.
Act of desperation. The conduit.
It said something about the conduit.
Cannot be stopped. Cannot be stopped.
I have spent my life studying the Protheans, but I never dreamed I would discover anything like this. This bunker might have been the last refuge of their entire species. Just imagine what mysteries it might hold. Imagine what secrets it might reveal.
Please, try to remember why we're here. Saren, the conduit, the fate of the entire known galaxy.
I am sorry. I was swept up in the moment. I just hope we have the opportunity to study this.
What are all those things on the wall? Some kind of containers?
They look like stasis pods. The Protheans probably tried to keep themselves alive through cryogenic freezing. Something must... What is happening?
It's a trap! Saren must have set an ambush!
I do not think Saren is behind this. I have studied the Protheans for decades, but I have never felt this sense of foreboding. What will we find down there?
Whatever we find, be cautious. If this were simply an automated trap, Saren would have triggered it as well.
You are not Prothean, but you are not machine either. This eventuality was...
Looks like some kind of VI.
I do not sense the taint of indoctrination upon any of you.
This is incredible. An actual...
I have been monitoring your communications since you arrived at this facility. My name is Vigil. You are safe here for the moment, but that is...
Are you some kind
I am an advanced non-organic analysis system, with personality imprints from Kesad Aishan.
Why did you bring me?
You must break a cycle that has continued for millions of years. But to stop it, the Citadel is the heart of your civilization, and the seat of God. But the Citadel is a trap. The station is actually an enormous... When the Citadel relay is activated, the Reapers will pour through.
How come nobody ever noticed
the Reapers are careful to keep the greatest secrets of the Citadel hidden. The Keepers maintain the station's most basic functions. Reliance on the Keepers ensures no other species will ever discover the Citadel's true nature. Not until the
How do the Reapers survive?
We have only theories. The researchers here came to believe the Reapers enter prolongs. This allows them to survive the thousands and thousands of years. By retreating beyond the edges of the galaxy, they ensure no one will accidentally discover them. They keep...
The Reapers can wipe out the Council and the entire Citadel fleet in a single surprise attack.
That was our fate. Our leaders were dead before we even realized we were under attack. Communication and transportation across our empire were crippled. Each star system over the next decades, the Reapers systematically obliterated our people, world by world.
The war was lost. If you had surrendered...
No offer of surrender was ever given. Through the Citadel, the Reapers had access to all our records, maps. Their fleets advanced across every settled region of the galaxy. These indoctrinated servants became sleeper agents under Reaper control. Taken in as within a few centuries, the Reapers had killed or enslaved every Prothean in the galaxy. They were relentless, brutal.
I don't understand.
Our worlds were stripped bare, harvested by the indoctrinated slaves, certain that all advanced organic life had been extinguished. The Reaper, all evidence of the Reaper invasion had been wiped to mindless husks, no longer capable of independent thought. The indoctrinated soon starved or...
What do the Reapers get out of this?
The Reapers are alien, unknowable. Perhaps they need slaves or resources. In the end, what does it matter? Your survival depends on...
You said you brought me here for a reason.
The conduit is the key. Before the Reapers attacked, we Protheans... Ilos was a top-secret facility. Here, researchers worked to create a small-scale version of a...
The conduit is not a weapon.
What happened next?
We severed all communication with the outside. And to conserve resources, everyone was put into cryogenic stasis. But the genocide of an entire species is a long, slow process. Years passed.
You should have fought.
We were a few hundred against a galactic invasion fleet. I began to disable the life support of non-essential personnel. First, eventually only the stasis pods of the top scientists remained active.
There were hundreds of stasis pods out there. You just shut them down? You killed them?
You were programmed to protect them.
This outcome was not completely unforeseen.
I bet they didn't tell the non-essentials.
I saved key personnel. When the Reapers retreated, the top researchers were still... When the researchers woke, they realized the Prothean species was doomed. Yet they vowed to find some way to stop the Reapers from returning. A way to break the cycle forever.
I still don't understand what's going on here.
The conduit gives him access. The Keepers are controlled by the Citadel. After decades of feverish study, the scientists discovered a way to alter this signal. This time, when Sovereign sent the signal to the Citadel, the Keepers ignored it. The Reapers are trapped in dark.
Saren must have some
The one
plan.
you call Saren will use the conduit to bypass the Citadel's defensive. Sovereign will override the Citadel systems and manually open the relay. And the...
Is there any way we
There's
can
a
stop
data file in my console. Take a copy when you go. It will corrupt the Citadel's security protocols and give...
Wait, where's the Citadel's master?
Through the conduit. Follow Saren. He will lead you to your destination.
If the Reapers are trapped in
It
dark
is logical to assume the Reapers would leave one of their... Like those in dark space. Sovereign probably spent most of the last 50,000 years keeping its existence hidden. It would evaluate the state of galactics, but this time the signal failed. The Keepers did not respond. Sovereign's allies were trapped in...
Sovereign's the largest ship in the galaxy. Why all this secrecy?
Sovereign is not invincible. Revealing its true nature would have united the force, but the Reapers are patient. They will not rush into the unknown. Slowly, it has assembled the pieces of the puzzle. Working through it, now Sovereign has grown bold. Whether from confidence or desperation, I cannot say. But it is...
What about the beacon on Eden Prime?
At our apex, the beacons spanned the breadth of our empire. We used them as virtually all the beacons were destroyed during the invasion. But once we knew it was unlikely there were other survivors. But if there were, we wanted them to know about Ilos.
You could have exposed
In truth,
yourself.
we didn't expect any of the beacons would still function. But we had to. The message was meant for our own people. It was coded so only we never realized it could lead an agent of the machines, like Saren, to this world. But it has also led you.
So when the Reapers created the Citadel, they
A more likely scenario is that the Keepers were one of the early harvested. Perhaps they responded well to indoctrination, or the Reapers simply bred them to be obedient. But the Keepers are no longer directly controlled by Sovereign or its ilk. When the Protheans altered the Citadel's signals, they broke Sovereign's hold over the Keepers.
Sovereign must have realized that...
A likely hypothesis. The Keepers evolved in an unanticipated direction.
Saren's got enough of a head
Shepard,
start.
are you sure? Who knows? This might be our only chance to speak with it, our only link to the knowledge of the Protheans. It is the opportunity.
I will provide whatever information I can. My data...
What happened to the survivors?
They used the conduit to gain access to the Citadel. But the conduit is only a prototype. I do not know what became of them then. It is unlikely they... I only know they succeeded in their mission to seal the relay. The one you call Saren has not reached the conduit.
All their advanced technology, and the Protheans were taken in by the Reapers just as we were. They failed.
Just like my people. But they also gave us a chance to save ourselves. We must hurry.
There, the conduit. It's incredible.
We don't have time to admire the view. We have to get through that relay, and these Geth aren't gonna make it easy on us.
The arms aren't moving. System's not responding.
Abandon the Citadel! Evacuate the Council!
Citadel Control! Citadel Control, do you copy?
Critical failures detected across all monitored systems. Please begin emergency evacuation procedure.
Give me a rundown.
I am also detecting numerous unauthorized.
What happened to the council?
In accordance with standard emergency procedure.
What about Captain Anderson?
I have no information on the status of specific individual.
Where's Saren?
A warrant has been issued for his arrest.
Come on, we need to stop
Please
Saren.
begin emergency evacuation procedures. This is not a drill.
Don't let the enemy ships inside the arms!
outside!
Angel deployed.
time, Shepard.
In time for what?
The final confrontation. I think we both expected it would end like this. You've lost. You know that, don't you? In a few minutes, Sovereign will have full control of all the Citadel systems. The relay will open. The Reapers will return.
I've still got a few tricks up my sleeve.
You survived our encounter on Vermeer, but I've changed since then. Improved. Sovereign has upgraded me.
You let Sovereign implant you? Are you insane?
I suppose I should thank you, Shepard. After Vermeer, I couldn't stop thinking about what you said. About Sovereign manipulating me. About indoctrination. The doubts began to eat away at me. Sovereign sensed my hesitation. I was implanted to strengthen my resolve. Now my doubts are gone. I believe in Sovereign completely. I understand that the Reapers need organics. Join us, and Sovereign will find a place for you, too.
Sovereign's controlling you through your implants. Don't you see that?
The relationship is symbiotic. Organic and machine intertwined. A union of flesh and steel. The strengths of both, the weaknesses of neither. I am a vision of the future, Shepard. The evolution of all organic life. This is our destiny. Join Sovereign and experience a true rebirth.
Sovereign hasn't won yet. I can stop it from taking control of the station. Step aside and the invasion will never happen.
We can't stop it. Not forever. You saw the visions. You saw what happened to the Protheans. The Reapers are too powerful.
Some part of you must still realize this is wrong. You can fight this.
Maybe you're right. Maybe there is still a chance for... The
You can still redeem yourself!
Goodbye, Shepard. Thank you.
Vigil's data file worked. I've got control of all systems.
Quick! Open the station's arms. Maybe the fleet can take Sovereign down before he regains control of the station.
See if you can open a communications channel.
The Destiny Ascension. Main drives offline. Kinetic barriers down 40%. The Council is on board. I repeat, the Council is on board.
Normandy to the Citadel. Normandy to the Citadel. Please tell me that's you, Commander.
I'm here, Joker.
We caught that distress call, Commander. I'm sitting here in the Andurra sector with the entire Arcturus fleet. We can save the Ascension. Just unlock the relays around the Citadel and we'll send the cavalry in.
Are you sure about this, Shepard? Human casualties will be very high if you send your fleet in now.
This is bigger than humanity. Sovereign is a threat to every organic species in the galaxy.
True. That's why you can't waste reinforcements trying to save the Council. You must hold them back until the Citadel arms open up and the human fleet can go after Sovereign.
What's the order, Commander? Come in now to save the Ascension, or hold back?
Opening the relays now, Joker. We need to save the Ascension, no matter what the cost.
I hope the Council appreciates this.
Alliance ships, move in. Save the Destiny Ascension.
Commander, we're picking up reinforcements. It's the Alliance. Thank the goddess.
Destiny Ascension, you are all clear. Repeat, you are all clear.
The Citadel's opening. All ships move in. Concentrate on Sovereign.
Make sure he's dead.
He's dead.
This is our only chance. Take that monster down no matter what the cost.
my flank! We're going in!
Take it easy. It's over. You're safe now. Where's the commander?
Ambassador, Captain, Commander Shepard, we have gathered here to recognize the enormous contributions of the Alliance forces in the war against Sovereign and the Geth.
Many humans lost their lives in the battle to save the Citadel. Brave and courageous soldiers who willingly gave their lives so that we, the Council, might live.
There is no greater sacrifice, and we share your grief over the tragic loss of so many noble men and women.
The Council also owes you a great personal debt, Commander, one we can never repay. You saved not just our lives, but the lives of billions from Sovereign and the Reapers.
Commander Shepard, your heroic and selfless actions serve as a symbol of everything humanity and the Alliance stand for.
And though we cannot bring back those valiant soldiers who gave their lives to save ours, we can honor their memories through our actions.
Humanity has shown it is ready to stand as a defender and protector of the galaxy. You have proved you are worthy to join our ranks and serve beside us on the Citadel Council.
Counselor, on behalf of humanity and the Alliance, we thank you for this prestigious honor and humbly accept.
We will need a list of potential candidates to fill humanity's seat on the Council.
Given all that has happened, I am sure your recommendation will carry a great deal of weight, Commander. Do you support any particular candidate?
We need someone with the courage to stand up for what he believes in. Someone like Captain Anderson.
Him? You must be joking. Anderson prefers to let his fists do the talking.
Only with you, Ambassador. Only with you.
Are you sure about this, Commander? The captain's a soldier, not a politician.
We've already got too many politicians on the Citadel. The captain would be perfect for this job.
I think it's an inspired choice. The Council would welcome him with open arms, should he accept.
I'm honored, Counselor. As humanity's representative, I'll do everything in my power to help the Council rebuild.
Sovereign's defeat marks the beginning of a new era for both humanity and the Council.
Sovereign was only a vanguard. The Reaper fleet is still coming. Hundreds of ships, maybe thousands. And I'm gonna find some way to stop them.
Shepard's right. Humanity is ready to do its part. United with the rest of the Council, we have the strength to overcome any challenge. When the Reapers come, we must stand side by side. We must fight against them as one. And together, we will drive them back into dark space.